All right. So they summoned. So now it says the text of tablet 1 resumes, right? They summoned Aruru, the great one. You, Aruru, created mankind. So they're saying that she created mankind. Aruru created mankind. Okay. Mankind. Aruru created mankind, right? All right. Aruru created mankind. It doesn't say humans. So we don't know for sure if it's humans, human, but mankind sounds like the first one. It says, you, Aruru, created mankind. Now fashion what Anu has thought of. Let him be a match for the storm of his heart. Let them vie with each other so Ruruk may be rested. The goddess Aruru heard these words. What Anu had thought of, she fashioned within her. The goddess Aruru heard these words. What Anu had thought of, she fashioned within her. The goddess Aruru, she washed her hands, took a pinch of clay, threw it down in the wild. In the wild, she created Endiku, the hero, offspring of silence, knit strong by Ninurta. Knit strong by Ninurta. All right. Ninurta was originally the Sumerian god of springtime, thunder, and rainstorms, and of the plow. And plowing was later a deity of war. Ooh. So it says that knit strong by Nuruta, of springtime, thunder, and rainstorm. So basically, Ninurta, it says, in the wild she created Endiku, the hero, offspring of silence, knit strong by Ninurta. So Ninurta is a guy, right? He's another god, but he's the god of war, thunder, and rainstorms, farming, healing, hunting, law, scribes, and war. And he's the Roman equivalent to Saturn. Interesting. Canaanite equivalent to Atar. Symbol plow and perched bird. So yeah, I guess basically he learned the skills from this god. So he learned how to how to fight and all them other things by Nurnuter. So as they say, took a pinch of clay and threw it down in the wild. Then, she made him strong. She made him strong, threw him down in the wild. The wild, remember, she's the god of vegetation. So she just, whatever she used as clay, made him in the wild. He gonna be strong, bruh. They use cedar a lot. I don't know if he was made of cedar, but it talks about it, right? It says all his body is matted with hair. He bears long stresses like those of a woman. Stresses? Now, I gotta be looking these things up because I don't even know what that is. A long lock of a woman's hair. Okay, wow. Okay. All his body is matted with hair. He bears long stresses like those of a woman. The hair of his head grows thickly as barley. He knows not a people, nor even a country. Coated in hair like the god of the animals, with the gazelles he grazes on grasses, joining the throng with the game at the waterhole, his heart delighting with the beast in the water. A hunter, a trapper man, did come upon him by the waterhole. One day a second And then a third, he came upon him by the water hole. When the hunter saw him, his expression froze, but he with his herds, he went back to his lair. The hunter was troubled, subdued, and silent. His mood was despondent, his features gloomy. In his heart there was sorrow. His face resembled one came from afar. The hunter opened his mouth to speak, saying to his father, "My father, there was a man came by the water hole, mightiest in the land. Strength he possesses. His strength is as mighty as a rock from the sky. Over the hills he roams all day. Always with the herd he grazes on grasses. Always his tracks are found by the water hole. I am afraid and I dare not approach him. He fills in the pits that I myself dig. He pulls up the snares that I lay. He sets free from my grasp all the beasts of the field. He stops me from doing the work of the wild." His father opened his mouth to speak, saying to the hunter, "My son, in the city of Uruk, go seek out Gilgamesh in his presence. His strength is as mighty as a rock from the sky. Take the road, set your face toward Uruk. Do not rely on the strength of a man. Go, my son, and fetch Shamat the harlot. Her allure is a match even for the mighty. When the herd comes, go down to the water hole. She should strip off her remnant to reveal her charms. He will see her and will approach her. His herd will spurn him through, though he grew up amongst it. His herd will spurn him, though he grew up amongst it." Paying heed to the advice of his father, the hunter went off, set out on the journey. He took the road, set his face toward Uruk. Before Gilgamesh, the king, he spoke these words. Now, before I read what he said to Gilgamesh, right? Because he traveled to Uruk to go find Gilgamesh, to go tell him what his father said to him. But the thing is, right? It says that saying to his father, right? I don't know who his father is. Could be a random person. But for now, we just know that him said to his father, right? I bet. So let's keep that in mind. So, so now he's talking to Gilgamesh, right? He found Gilgamesh and here he goes. He says, "There was a man came by the water hole, mightiest in the land. Strength he possesses. His strength is as mighty as a rock from the sky. Over the hills he roams all day. Always in the herd he grazes on grasses. Always his tracks are found by the water hole. I am afraid and I dare not approach him. He fills in the pits that I myself dig. He pulls up the snares that I lay. He sets free from my grasp all the beasts of the field. He stops me from doing the work of the wild." Said Gilgamesh to him, to the hunter, he says, "Go, hunter, take you with Shamat the harlot. When the herd comes down to the water hole, she should strip off her remnant to reveal her charms. He will see her and will approach her. His herd will spurn him, though he grew up amongst it." Off went the hunter, taking Shamat the harlot. They set out on the road. They started the journey. On the third day, they came to their destination. Hunter and harlot sat down there to wait. One day and a second day waited by the water hole. Then the herd came down to drink the water. The game arrived, their hearts delighting in water, and Endiku also born in the uplands. So Endiku arrives now, right, with the herd, because he always come down with the herd to drink. Remember, he grew up with these wild animals, so this is what they do. Them do what they need to do for the day, and then when it's time to come to the water and drink and chill, everybody pull up at the lake. I'm assuming it's the lake because I'm assuming it's a lake or maybe a river, right? It says come down to drink the water, right? It didn't specify whether if it was a lake or river, but it says water hole. So a lake is usually like, it usually have some depth to it. So I'm assuming water hole, lake. I'm just filling in the blanks as I go along, right? So it wouldn't say water hole unless it wasn't a hole that was filled with water. A hole that's filled with water is a lake. You get me? A river is a stream that comes from wherever it comes from the top of the stream all the way down and empties out down to the ocean. You get me? So that I wouldn't consider that a water hole. So I'm just putting two and two together, right? All right. So So here we go. With the gazelles he grazed on grasses, joining the throng with the game at the water hole, his heart delighting with the beast in the water. Then Shamat saw him, the child of nature, the savage man from the midst of the wild. This is he, Shamat, uncradle your bosom, bear your sex, let him take in your charms. Do not recoil, but take in his scent. He will see you and will approach you. Spread your clothes so that he may lie on you. Do for the man the work of a woman. Let his passion caress and embrace you. His herd will spurn him, though he grew up amongst it. Though he grew up amongst it. Shamat unfastened her clothes of loins. She bared her sex and he took her in charms. Oh my goodness. It's hard to read because I want to fill in the words and it. Shamat unfastened the clothes of her loins. She bared her sex and he took her in her charms. She did not recoil. She took in his scent. She spread her clothing and he lay upon her. She did for the man the work of a woman. His passion caressed and embraced her. For 6 days and 7 nights, Endiku was a wreck as he coupled with Shamat.